We've got breaking news here. We're still gathering all of the details on this, but according to Bill Malugin, a congressional correspondent for Fox News in Washington, D.C., according to a tweet from Bill Malugin, Fox News is on the scene in Portsmouth, Virginia, where the FBI is raiding the office of Virginia Senate President pro tempore Louise Lucas. Now, of course, as we know here in this area, Lucas is a Democrat, and we're also seeing reports that federal law enforcement sources tell Fox that this is in connection to a major corruption probe, and the FBI is serving multiple search warrants. Approved by a federal judge, these warrants are being served at her office and a next-door cannabis dispensary. There's more to come, according to this tweet from, again, Bill Malugin with correspondent Alex Hogan TV, who reports that Lucas just showed up on scene as the FBI searches her office. Again, this is a report coming from Bill Malugin, who is a congressional correspondent for Fox News in Washington, D.C. That is the source where we are getting the primary information that we're reporting to you now. So we wanted to make sure that we got across the airwaves and brought that news to you. Again, we do not know much more. We know that, again, the FBI is raiding the office of Virginia Senate President pro tempore Louise Lucas, and that this is news that is coming from, again, Fox News Washington, D.C. correspondent Bill Malugin. Now, we have a reporter from 13 News Now who is on their way to Louise Lucas's office as we speak. Madison Schlegel is headed to Louise Lucas's office right now to get boots on the ground and do some reporting on this story. We are looking out for updates to come from Madison as she gathers information and starts to learn more about what's happening and why it is happening. Again, according to Fox, the FBI is serving multiple search warrants approved by a federal judge at Louise Lucas's office. So that is what is happening right now. We know from our recent reporting here on Live Impact News that Lucas was a major sort of public how do I describe this? She was a major force in the Virginia redistricting referendum. She was very leadership-oriented when it came to that referendum. She was public in her comment after the yes votes won that referendum. So we have seen most recently Louise Lucas in the news prominently after the approval of that referendum by Virginia voters. So that was the most recent major story that we covered involving Virginia Senator Louise Lucas. She has been a prominent member of Virginia politics for some time now. She has been a prominent politician here in Hampton Roads for some time now. Again, Louise Lucas is a representative, a senator from right here in Hampton Roads who has a major amount of influence in the Virginia Senate. She is one of the longer tenured and, again, more influential members of that governing body here in Virginia. And again, she was more recently in the news for her her support of the Virginia redistricting referendum and her public support of that referendum. So, Louise Lucas, now we are getting this breaking news from Fox News Washington, D.C. correspondent Bill Malugin that the FBI is raiding the office of Louise Lucas. Again, a Democrat, a Virginia senator, and one of the more influential members of Virginia state government, at least from all the reporting that we have done on this show over the course of the last year or so. Now, she, again, a long-tenured senator in Virginia, and again, a very public figure in Virginia, someone who will oftentimes stand up, whether it's on social media or via press conference and public comment, someone who will stand up for her position, her beliefs, and her goals as a senator. And she is very active on social media, and we are monitoring her social media to see if we do get comment from Senator Lucas in the midst of this happening. This is her bio page here on their government website. President pro tempore, a Democrat, a representative from District 18 from right here in Hampton Roads. Born in Portsmouth, Virginia, and has been, again, a very influential member of the state government here in Virginia, a very influential leader here in Hampton Roads, and a very, very prominent figure in Virginia politics for years and years now, and someone who holds a lot of power within the Virginia state government, and someone who, again, was very outspoken and public in her support of the redistricting referendum that recently passed in Virginia. And now we bring you this breaking news today of a raid at Louise Lucas's Portsmouth office. This, again, is information that has come from a Fox News Washington, D.C. correspondent, first reporting this, or reporting this at least very prominently on X.com. So we are monitoring this situation. Again, we have a reporter who is headed to the scene right now, a reporter who we know will try to get us updates as soon as possible, as she has made her way out to Portsmouth already. Madison Schlegel is on the road, headed to this story to try and get more information, more details, updates on what is happening and why. But again, Bill Malugin has included in his update that there is a FBI serving multiple search warrants approved by a federal judge, not just at Louise Lucas's office, but at a next-door cannabis dispensary. So this, again, is a story that we are bringing to you, breaking here live on Impact News, and a story that we will continue to cover here as we go through this live stream that we're doing right now. And again, we want to continue to state that we are gathering more information. We're gathering more details. We are reporting based on information that came from Bill Malugin, a Fox News Washington, D.C. correspondent on the scene in Portsmouth, and we have a reporter headed to that scene right now, where once again, federal law enforcement sources tell Fox News that this is in connection to a major corruption probe. That is the information that we are getting from Bill Malugin on X.com. So we are continuing to wait for Madison Schlegel to arrive on the scene, and we will hopefully have live reporting from her, or at least live updates coming into our station as she arrives at Louise Lucas's office. Now, we want to make sure we continue to state that Louise Lucas is a Democrat, and she is a prominent figure in Virginia politics, one of the more influential state senators here in Virginia, and someone who has been very outspoken about the redistricting referendum, and who was outspoken after yes votes came out as the winner in approving that redistricting referendum. Louise Lucas has been a very, very prominent public figure, politician, and representative right here in Hampton Roads. She has been vocal in reporting that we've done recently this year on wanting to make sure that data centers pay their fair share, as we have seen the increase in construction of data centers here in Virginia. Louise Lucas has been extremely vocal in wanting to make sure data centers pay their fair share. So a number of initiatives that she has been in the news for here recently. Now, producer Sarah Calloway, go ahead.
And we've been citing Fox News. We just got it confirmed from ABC as well. Okay,
so we just got the confirmation from ABC that we are, in fact, confirming this news from ABC. Again, we have been referring to reports from Fox News. We've been citing a report from Bill Malugin on X. Bill Malugin is a Washington, D.C. correspondent for Fox News. We have been citing his reporting on this. We now have confirmation from ABC that there is, in fact, an FBI raid happening at Louise Lucas's office right here in Hampton Roads that is happening right now. Now, this is something that we are going to continue reporting on here, and as we're doing so, we're going to continue with a constant search for new information, for confirmed information, for facts and updates that we can bring you live on air. Now, with that will come a great degree of in real time reporting and search for facts as we kind of are live on the air with you. That will also include Madison Schlegel, who is boots on the ground reporting on this right now, who we're looking out for updates for. So bear with us as we work to bring you every aspect of this breaking news as it develops. As we go through, we will continue to emphasize Louise Lucas's outsized role in Virginia politics and how much influence she has. We'll continue to note she is a Democrat who from right here in Hampton Roads, who again is a Virginia state senator and has been extremely vocal about the redistricting referendum that recently passed in Virginia. And she's also been in the news for being vocal about data centers paying their fair share. Now today we bring word of the FBI raiding the office of the Virginia Senate President pro tempore, confirmed by multiple sources to ABC News, as Louise Lucas is having her office raided as we speak by the FBI. And again, this is something that came across our desk 15 minutes ago. We got on the air as quickly as we could with this information. I'm going to bring producer Sarah Calloway back on. Sarah, we kind of have a constant flow of people and information in and out as we kind of bring these live updates to our viewing audience. Do we need to take a break, gather ourselves, and make sure that we are getting all of the most up-to-date information here, or are we good to keep going?
I think we can keep going. Madison Schlegel is there at the scene. They're getting their shot ready, so we can go to her fairly soon. In the meantime, we can talk more about, Louise Lucas and her history in the Senate. Right now, she is on the Finance and Appropriations Committee. She's the chair of that, Commerce and Labor, Education and Health Committee, and the Rules Committee.
And just listening to Sarah Calloway reel off those committees and how important those committees are, you can get a sense of how influential Louise Lucas is as a senator here in Virginia. Now, it does look like our shot is up out at the scene. Our camera has officially kind of been set up here. Our photographer is getting things focused, and then we'll take that shot live here in just a moment. Now, in the meantime, Sarah, if we maybe could pull up Louise Lucas's Twitter, her x.com page, where she is very active, and she posts frequently and honestly about any number of topics. If we could maybe pull that up and just see if there's anything that she has said recently that kind of can give any insight into what she's been working on or where she's been. And then whenever you're ready, Sarah, maybe we can also take, I know I'm asking you for 2-3 things at once here. I do apologize. We can maybe take this live look at the scene of her office in Portsmouth. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the green light from Madison.
Okay, we're still waiting on Madison to give the green light. So what we'll do is we'll look at Louise Lucas's X page here, where again, she will post frequently and speak directly to her constituents and to people here in Virginia. So again, President pro tempore of the Senate of Virginia. She represents the 18th district right here in Hampton Roads and is chair of the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee, among other committees. Now, I do see Madison here. Are we going to go to Madison live here? It appears as though she is up.
We're going to go on the air. So right now we're streaming. We're going to go on to the air.
Okay. We're going to go on to the air here, and we're waiting to take Madison still?
Yeah, so let's pause.
She's ready. Okay. Wonderful. We were going to toss it over to Madison Schlegel in just a second. Madison, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay. We got the thumbs up from Madison Schlegel. Madison Schlegel is at the scene at Louise Lucas's offices in Portsmouth, which are currently being raided by the FBI. We want to welcome everybody into a 13 News Now special report here. We've spent about 15 minutes reporting on an FBI raid happening at Louise Lucas's office. This is breaking news here today. We're in our live Impact News studios, but we come to you now on air in the midst of our coverage of, again, an FBI raid happening at State Senator Louise Lucas's office in Portsmouth, Virginia. She is the president pro tempore of the Senate of Virginia. She represents the 18th district right here in Hampton Roads and is chair of the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee, a very, very influential voice here in Virginia politics and in Hampton Roads politics. She has been in the news recently for giving public comments supporting the redistricting referendum that recently passed through in a special election here in Virginia. And now we are going to go live out to the scene of Louise Lucas's office, where there is an FBI raid happening as we speak. Madison Schlegel is live on scene. Madison, thanks for joining us. And just what can you tell us at this point?
Yeah, we're standing along Elm right now, and as you can see behind me, this is where the action is happening. Behind us, we've got multiple FBI units. Truly, we're just steps away from where this action is happening, but like you said, Connor, what we know right now is very limited. But what we can see is we've got this white vehicle right here that's got some FBI agents inside of it. You can see that those agents are working inside of that vehicle right now. We've also seen agents come in and out of this building that they're parked in front of. That's the cannabis outlet. That's right next to Senator Louise Lucas's office. So in front of that office right now and in front of that cannabis shop, what we can see is that we've got 1, 2, 3 black trucks, SUVs parked out here. There's also that tactical gear that you see as well, that green FBI vehicle that has had agents coming in and out of it. They do have this entire parking lot that is marked off right now with tape, so you can't get any further than where we are right now. We truly are as close as we can get to the action that's happening. We've also got some agents that are blocking off entrances right over here to the left of us. As you can see, Luca's going to pan over here to show you where they're blocking off some more traffic here. But we haven't heard any word from any of the officials that are on the street, but this is drawing a little bit of a presence for the people in the community. Again, Connor, like you had mentioned, Senator Lucas is a very affluent person in this community, and she is very known to be a stir maker of some political issues as well. But we've got people in the community who are out here watching this. I want Luca to pan over here to the streets for you. We've got some people standing in a parking lot across the street. We've got a locksmith's company across the street and a couple other different buildings. But as you can see, we've got some people out here with their cell phones that are watching what's going on. You've got people standing here talking with others in cars, just wondering what's happening, just like we are right now. But again, this scene is very active. The information that we have is limited, but what we do know is that it was confirmed that right now they are investigating Senator Louise Lucas's office in an investigation of which right now is unknown to us, but we're working to find that information and reach out to FBI spokespeople right now to get a little bit more word on what's going on. But once again, right here behind me, this is where the bulk of the action is right now, and this is what you guys want to see right now for all the people at home who are wondering what that FBI presence looks like right now. Again, we've got 4 or 5 different trucks in this parking lot, all marked officers here as well. All of those marked officers that we've seen have been FBI marked officers as well. So we'll stay on top of what's going on and unfolding over here in Portsmouth, but for the latest, we're live right here.
Okay, Madison, if I could hold on to you for just a second here and ask a couple questions. You did a great job describing that, and I know information is so limited right now. But in terms of what you're seeing, and if you mentioned this, I apologize, do we see agents going in and out of the office itself? Is that a part of what you guys are seeing out there?
Yeah, we've seen both of which. We've seen officers coming in and out of the office as well as of this cannabis shop that's right here next door. So it's not just the senator's office, but a little bit of that business as well.
And that is some reporting that we saw. So the cannabis office has officers going in and out of that office as well. Now, when it comes to sort of how this investigation is being conducted, does there appear to be any representative for Louise Lucas and her team out there right now? Is anyone interacting with law enforcement that appears to be a part of her team?
Yeah, we've heard through Fox News that Senator Louise Lucas has been out here and on scene. As for if we have seen her personally, we have not seen her or her team yet. We literally just pulled up the shot and got here on camera for you guys. So we haven't really been able to put our boots on the ground to start asking Senator Louise Lucas's team if whether or not they've confronted what's happening here or if whether or not they can give us a statement on what's happening, because we wanted to bring you guys the scene as it's unfolding and as we're seeing it live. But again, we're going to work here on the ground to figure out from FBI and Senator Louise Lucas's office about what this investigation seems to stem from.
And is there any local law enforcement out there at all? Do you see any local police or sheriff's deputies?
No, honestly, I'll move out of the way here again so that Luca can give you a better shot here. And we haven't seen any local law enforcement. Again, The only marked vehicle that we do see in this parking lot is that green tactical truck that you see in front of you. Every other car that we see in this parking lot right now is unmarked. So those are those black SUVs, those SUVs that are also blocking off the entrance points to this parking lot. I think we've got one other silver small car that's here parked in the back parking lot of the buildings as well. Luca's going to keep giving you a look over there, but I'm going to take a couple steps over here to see from the front of the building if there's anything different that's changed from when we've gotten here. No, everything looks the same, just like we've told you. I do see officers coming in and out of this cannabis outlet building. Again, we're going to work to bring you guys closer, but there's no other local law enforcement here. Every other car except for that green marked tactical truck, is the only marked vehicle that's here. So again, I think we're only working with FBI forces here. We're going to have to do a little bit more working to get some confirmation on that. But again, we're just bringing you this scene live as we see it.